Hello, everybody. This is Ming Chen,
Hi, I'm Mike Zapsik from AMC's Comic Book Man.
and you're watching AFK, the AFK Show, our favorite show on the planet.
One of.
One of. So you're watching the right show. Keep watching, and keep watching.
And keep watching. And keep watching. Don't stop.
We are here with Manu Bennett. I hope I said that right.
Come on, mate. It's Manu Bennett.
It's Manu Bennett. You had it. You had it.
That was good. It was good. Yeah,
And-
it was good.
I can do a little bit of an Aussie accent, but
Yeah, here in Texas, they call me Manu Bennett. It's because there's a rhythm here. It's fantastic. You know, it's nice to travel around America and hear all the different, different accents. It's wonderful. If you come to Australia, where I'm from, it broadens. You get really sort of like country Australian, and then you get city Australian. So it's good to be in the country area of America. It's great. Yeah. Cowboys. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been exposed to much of the Southern twang. Like you get down there in New Orleans and Louisiana, Mississippi, and they don't talk all like this.
Yeah, I did Louisiana a little while back, and I was there just before the Mardi Gras was about to hit. So there's a lot of people in town, and it was it's an experience, man. Like I come from New Zealand, Australia, but to come up here and do the American circuit, one, to just expose myself, I guess, as a brand. Now that I've sort of done, Spartacus and the Hobbit and Arrow, it's a good market to come to and meet the fan base because, all those three shows are getting a huge fan following, and especially because they're basically comic book or image orientated through books and comics. It's good to be sort of like in this arena where people come to celebrate the visual arts and the comic artists. Yeah.
Yes, we nerds love shiny, sparkly things that look awesome. That is definitely us. So, of course, as you were saying, the Hobbit, Arrow, and Spartacus, it looks like you kind of get cast as the bad guy a lot. Are you really that scary?
You know what? There's kind of this thing that goes on with the characters that I get to play, and one is that they're usually good guys, but they usually have the dark side, which I don't mind playing at all as an actor. I mean, to me, I don't know many people who are perfect. So I actually like playing the characters that have flaws. I mean, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people who are Arrow fans are still rooting for Slade Wilson, even though he's killed all of his mother and laid waste to Starling City. They kind of still see a military guy who's sort of like still fighting for some kind of honor. I mean, he's only ever fought for one woman, Shadow, and yet, Oliver Queen has maybe slept with 7 already on the show. So it's kind of like there's a sort of a real man story going behind Slade, and I think somehow that sort of touches the middle of America a little bit more than the Oliver Queens of the world. I think when you saw Batman, Batman was almost like in that movie by the Joker, being played by the Australian by Heath Ledger. Heath's character won. I mean, the audience was more emotionally involved with that character just because of the amount of a roller coaster ride that you go through with those characters. And I think that, same applies to Deathstroke and Slade Wilson. It's a roller coaster ride, and the audience are compelled by the character's journey. Yeah, so, hey, do I play the bad guy? Yeah, but they're the good roles.
And of course, Batman's fights Deathstroke quite a few times, so never know. You might get, if they ever decide to put Deathstroke in a movie against Batman.
Well, I can imagine sort of like the Batman, the Batman voice, and then Slade with the, hey, Batman, be like this. That's killing my vocal cords.
It's really hard to do for a long time.
It is. That's right. That's what happens. No, that's funny.
But the good thing is, if you can do this, then you can sing death metal.
That's correct. Yeah.
Awesome. So obviously, other than Arrow and obviously the Hobbit's over and Spartacus going on, what else do you got going on other than turning around and meeting all your fans?
Well, I leave on Sunday. I go back to New Zealand to film the third Hobbit movie. So I'm going down with Peter Jackson. I'll be in the studio like middle of next week, and then doing the final installment of Azog. So that's all motion capture. I've got to put the suit on and start sort of making that big orc Azog, and it's going to be interesting in the final film because obviously there's the big final showdown between Thorin Oakenshield and Azog, and there's going to be a mighty battle. So it'll be interesting to sort of physically play that one out and create some more nuances with the character of Azog. I've always tried to make him something a little bit more detailed than what was on the page. I involved my warg, my white wolf. I sort of made these choices as an actor to pat the neck of my wolf all the time and make Azog just a little bit more intimate than just this kind of like, two-dimensional. Yeah. It was kind of like there's these sort of elements to him that I sort of employed the idea of Jaws when I played Azog, because I didn't want him to be. If you see Jaws as, if you were to see Jaws out of the water all the time, you wouldn't be scared of it. You know what I mean? And the same applies to Azog. His face is so compellingly brutal and frightening that I try to keep it away from the camera all the time. I try to sort of lurk and then suddenly just go, then turn him in at the last moment for the attack. So there's all these sort of like performance layers that I've sort of put into the character that it's going to be interesting to see how I can bring them to this final performance in the third film, and either become completely enraged in the battle with Thorin Oakenshield. I don't know the choices yet because I haven't seen the script. They're very secretive about it. When I arrive, I'll be given the material, and then you sort of basically have 24 hours to make your choices and get in there and fill the body of Azog with energy.
Yeah, they don't want nerds like me coming along asking you questions and getting spoilers. Oh, well.
You'd make a good orc.
I mean,
we'd look at the size, just the mass of the guy.
I'm big. I'm scary looking. I think I could do it. I'm working on my dwarf beard though, but not really working out for me.
50-50, man. You got a chance both ways.
A dwarf orc, a dwark. I'll be a dwark. There we go.
There you go. That's the new term.
I'm trademarking that right now. So if people want to follow you, do you got Facebook, Twitter, websites, any of that kind of stuff?
I've got my social media out there. I'm on Facebook and on Twitter, at Manu Bennett on Twitter. And, Facebook, I've just got my fan page up there and a personal page. But that's sort of like, I started inviting so many people that it kind of it's reached a limit. So, there's a fan page on there. But I guess we're here for this convention. And, if anybody's, wanting to come down in Austin this weekend, we're going to be down here signing autographs for all these young ones who love the comic world. And, look forward to meeting more Austonians. Is that what you call it? Austonians.
I think Austinites with technical word. But I like Austonians better. That sounds cooler. We're changing that officially now. All right, well, we got a line building up here, so we'll let you go, get back to the fans.
Nice
It's been a pleasure talking with you. And make sure
You're the
you...
first dwarf I've met.
I rock that way. So make sure you subscribe and like. Click the link on the bottom. Or I'm going to send Azog here to kick you, but